Hey Tim, so here's the email I got on the right from Blogger. And so this is the invitation to be a contributor. So if I accept the invitation, that should open up a new browser and ask you if you would like to contribute or accept the invitation to contribute to the Wildland Fire Management RDNA Program Manager blog. This is the blog URL, http://wfmrdapm.blogspot.com. And so if I accept that, then you are now a contributor, and your dashboard may look a little bit different than mine. I also manage the our website blog. So this is the Program Manager blog, and from this dashboard you have a couple of options. One, if you click this link, you can go dive in and you can see statistics and change the layout and a whole bunch of other stuff. But anywhere that you see a pencil button, that will start a new post. There's also a new post button here. So if I go back to that last window, there's also a new post button here. So that will create a new post in the blog, and so let's quickly take a look at that. When you do a new post, you have sort of this WYSIWYG, or what you see is what you get editor, all the standard text formatting options at the top, and then you basically, this is where you write. And then adding images is fairly easy. So you can click this image button and you can choose to upload a file right here. If you know of a photo on a website and you don't necessarily want to have to download it, so as an example, let me go to the RDNA's website. Say you want, a picture of our staff. You could right click and copy image address back over to Blogger from a URL and paste that image address in there. So that leaves the image on the website where you found it. You don't have to upload it or do anything. That's just a little blogging trick or web trick. Or alternatively, you could always right click, save image as, and then re-upload it to the blog. I guess the biggest advantage between the two, this one is maybe like a one-time usage from a URL, but if you feel like you might want to use that file again, you can always upload the file. Let me actually do that, I guess, from the URL, and then add it, and that'll think on it for a second. And so, of course, that caused an error. Anyway, you get the gist. If you want to, let me delete that image. If you want to make a hyperlink, you just select the text that you want to hyperlink, and you can actually hit Control or Command K on your keyboard and then type in your URL. Or you can highlight the text and use the link button, and then you can paste that link in. You can choose open in a new window, or if you do not, then it'll navigate them away from the blog. So that's that. Let's see, there's also you can insert a video, you can insert jump break, which lets you jump to a certain spot, a quote, so that'll indent it as a quote and do all that. There's a spell check, and then there's also a remove formatting. Google is pretty good at pasting in text from other locations, so you can pretty easily do that if you have a Word doc or a Notepad doc. This will work on a Mac, on Windows, or on an iPad. Wherever you can get at our blog address, you're good to go. On the right, there's some other options: labels, schedules, permalink, location, and options. So probably the most pertinent, you can play around with this, but if you'd like to schedule a post, you can set a date and time for when you want it to actually post. So if you wanted to do a couple of blog entries and space them out over time, you could do that. You can also, just for organization purposes, if you wanted to create some labels, you could do that. Administrivia versus field reports versus, something else like that. For the most part, reader commenting is turned on, and so anybody, the blog viewership is limited to our group, and so you can leave, commenting's on, but you can actually turn commenting off per post. So I'll leave you to do that. The other two options, so once you get everything ready, you can preview your post, and that'll just open it in a new window, show you what it will look like on the actual blog itself, and it puts this preview banner. So that's a good way to sort of check what you're doing and see what it looks like. The other thing is you can simply save it, and so if you want to come back to it, then that one's saved, and you jump back over, and you can see in the posts here that this post is a draft and it's not yet been published. So let's go back into that. And then the other option is to publish it, and that will publish it to the blog. One final thing, so it's kind of a little bit weird. You would think that you just put the title here and then type content here, but the title is actually at the top. So this is the title of the blog post. And then this is the body of the post. Whoops. Body of the post. So if I publish that, there we go. Kicks me back to the dashboard, and you can press view blog from the top. And now the blog has 2 posts. On the front end, the users have a couple of options. They can comment by place, comment here. I really like this. One too many M's, and publish. And then that comment will show up for that blog post, and people can comment back and forth, have a little narrative, whatever. There's the blog archive. This keeps track of all your posts. When you're viewing the blog, you'll see some of these buttons that others don't. And so if you wanted to configure any of these sidebar widgets, you can configure them. You can also edit a post by clicking the pencil button, and that jumps you right in. You make a quick change, and then press update, and you're golden. So anyway, that's sort of the 10-cent tour. Any questions, reach out to me. I've also got a couple of quick bullet points in the email, so you should be good to go. Thanks, Tim.